So like I mentioned before, we're going to be working on the chakras, balancing the movement and the energy flow through them. So take a moment and relax. Softly breathe slowly and deeply. If at any point you're sitting and you feel uncomfortable, please feel free to come to a lying position. Allow yourself to focus on the breath and quiet your mind. Feeling relaxed and focused. Feel the breath moving easily through the rib space and through the lung space. We're going to start by growing our roots. Bring your attention to the base of your spine. Imagine that with each breath, you're stretching roots down into the earth. Feel your root grow through the surface of the grass or cement, then further into the dark, rich soil that blankets the earth. Feel the coolness of the earth as you go deeper, moving away from air and light. With each breath, allow your root to grow ever deeper through the fresh underground springs and the deep water tables. Soon you will come to the earth's hard crust. Here a space opens for your root to reach through and toward the heart of our planet. Notice any thoughts or sensations or images that come to you as you travel on this inner journey. You don't need to judge them. Just observe them and let them go. Keep breathing as your root moves into the mantle. You may begin to feel heat coming from the outer core as you move toward the molten core. Breathe and allow your root to penetrate the very heart of Earth, her inner core. Sit for a moment in your deep connection to the earth. Feel how grounded and centered you are. Appreciate your body and the body of the planet. Our root chakra, you can visualize the color red. It is our foundation. Located at the very base of the spine. Balanced characteristics. When your root chakra is properly balanced, you have good health, vitality, you're well grounded, you're comfortable in your body, you sense a trust in the world. You feel safe and secure. You have an ability to relax and be still. You have stability, prosperity, and the right livelihood. If you're deficient in your root core, you have a disconnection from the body. You may be notably underweight, fearful, anxious, restless, and can't settle. Poor focus or discipline. You may have financial difficulty or poor boundaries, and chronic disorganization. If you have excess in your root chakra, you may have obesity or overeating, hoarding, material fixation and greed, sluggish, lazy, and tired, fear of change, and an addiction to security. You may have rigid boundaries. In order to heal, you need to reconnect with the body. You need physical activity, lots of touch and massage, energetic grounding, hatha yoga, and look at your earliest childhood relationship to your mother. And you need to reclaim your right to be here. Your affirmations for your root chakra. It is safe for me to be here. I love my body and trust its wisdom. I'm here and I'm real. And the earth supports me and meets my needs. Still focusing on those amazing roots that you've created, grounding yourself into the earth. We're going to visualize and draw the energy up through the chakra. Visualize the root chakra at the very base of the spine and try to imagine a wheel. And it should be turning in a balanced way as we draw through it. We're going to move to our second chakra. Spiraling. It's the center of sexuality and creativity. It's in the lower abdomen. The color is orange. Balanced characteristics of your second chakra: graceful movement, emotional intelligence, ability to experience pleasure, nurturance of self and others, the ability to change, and you have healthy boundaries. Deficiencies. So that means you don't have, it's stuck, it's not moving. Rigidity in the body and attitudes. Frigidity, fear of sex. Poor social skills. Denial of pleasure. Excessive boundaries. A fear of change. And a lack of desire, passion, and excitement. Excess, if it's overactive, means it would be moving too quickly. Sexual acting out or sexual addiction. Pleasure addiction. Excessively strong emotions and ruled by emotions. So a crisis junkie. Excessively sensitive. Poor boundaries. An invasion of others. Seductive manipulation. Emotional dependency. And obsessive attachment. Healing strategies. Movement therapy, emotional release, or containment as appropriate, inner child work, boundary work. Affirmations. I deserve pleasure in my life. I embrace and celebrate my sexuality. I move easily and effortlessly. Life is pleasurable. So still staying connected with the root chakra, seeing the red and seeing this energy line weave up and around, and see the orange one, and it snakes around the orange. And next is yellow. Your third chakra, your solar plexus chakra, the center of will and personal power. The purpose is transformation. Issues are energy, activity, autonomy, individuation, will, self-esteem, proactivity, and power. If this is balanced, you're responsible and reliable. You're balanced and have an effective will. You have good self-esteem and balanced ego strength. You have a warm personality and you're confident. Spontaneity, playfulness, and a sense of humor. You have a sense of your own personal power and you're able to meet challenges. If you're deficient, so if you're low in this, you have low energy, weak will and easily manipulated, poor self-discipline, and follow-through. You have low self-esteem, you're cold emotionally and or physically, poor digestion, collapsed middle, attraction to stimulants, a victim mentally, blaming of others, passive and unreliable. In excess, too much, you're overly aggressive, dominating, controlling, the need to be right, to have the last word. Manipulative, power-hungry and deceitful. An attraction to sedatives, temper tantrums, and violent outbursts. Stubbornness. Driving ambition. Competitive, arrogant, and hyperactive. Healing strategies, grounding and emotional contact, deep relaxation and stress control. Vigorous exercise, sit-ups, and psychotherapy. Affirmations. I honor the power within me. I accomplish tasks easily and effortlessly. The fire within me burns through all blocks and fears. I can do whatever I will to do. So these are known as the 3 base chakras. Imagine again that beautiful energy coming up and around, red, orange, and yellow, as we move through to the heart chakra. Drop energy into your green heart chakra, the center of love and compassion and forgiveness. Feel the flood of loving kindness envelop you as the energy of the earth rises upward. Its purpose is love and balance. It's the center chakra. It brings the earth energy up and it brings the universal energy down. Color is green. Issues are love, balance, self-love, relationships, intimacy, devotion, and reaching out and taking in. The basic right of your heart chakra is to love and be loved. Balanced characteristics. You're compassionate, loving, empathetic, self-loving, altruistic, peaceful and balanced, and you have a good immune system. Deficiencies. If your heart chakra is a little stuck, antisocial, withdrawn, and cold. Critical, judgmental, intolerant of self or others, loneliness or isolation, depression, fear of intimacy, and fear of relationships. There's a lack of empathy and narcissism. Excess, that's going too fast. Codependency, poor boundaries, demanding, clinging, jealousy, and overly sacrificing. Healing practices for your heart chakra. Breathing exercises, otherwise known as pranayama. Working with arms, journaling, self-discovery, and psychotherapy. Forgiveness when appropriate, inner child work, self-acceptance work. Affirmations: I am worthy of love. I am loving to myself and others. There is an infinite supply of love, and I live in balance with others. Moving beyond your heart chakra, we're going to continue up to your throat chakra. The center of communication. Let your thoughts dwell for a moment on the power and pleasure of speaking truth from your heart. The color of your throat chakra is bright blue. It's located at your throat. The purpose is communication and creativity. Issues are communication, creativity, listening, resonance, and finding your own voice. Your basic right is to speak and hear the truth. Balanced characteristics are a resonant voice. You're a good listener. You have a good sense of timing and rhythm, clear communication, and that you live creatively. Deficiencies, if it's stuck. Sometimes this comes out as a sore throat or strep throat as well. It's quite interesting. You have a fear of speaking. You have a small, weak voice. Difficulty putting feelings into words. Introversion or shyness. Tone deaf. And poor rhythm. Access. So it's going too fast. Too much talking, or talking as a defense. Inability to listen, poor auditory comprehension, gossiping, a dominating voice, and interrupting. Healing practices: loosen the neck and shoulders, relax your voice. Singing, chanting, intoning, storytelling, journal writing. Practicing silence. This is if you have too much. Learning communication skills, letter writing, inner child communications. Affirmations: I hear and speak the truth. I express myself with clear intent. Creativity flows in and through me. My voice is necessary. Drawing beyond the throat chakra, we're going to move to the third eye, or the brow chakra, the place of vision and inner sight. And again, notice any thoughts or sensation or images without judging. The color here is indigo, and it's right in the space between the eyebrows and up approximately an inch. Its purpose is pattern recognition. Issues are image, intuition, imagination, visualization, insight, dreams, and vision. The basic right is the right to see. It's your third eye. Balanced characteristics: intuitive, perceptive, imaginative, good memory, able to access and remember dreams, able to think symbolically, and you're able to visualize. Deficiencies are insensitivity, poor vision, poor memory, difficulty seeing the future or imagining alternatives, a lack of imagination, denial, and in one true and right and only way. Access hallucinations, delusions, obsessions, difficulty concentrating, and nightmares. Healing practices. Create visual art, visual stimulation, meditation, working with memory, dream work, hypnosis, guided visualizations, and past life regression therapy. Affirmations are, I see all things in clarity. I am open to the wisdom within. I can manifest my vision. Now we're going to reach for the sky. As the energy reaches the top of your head through the crown chakra, imagine it bursting forth like branches of a tree. Feel your branches reach up and out toward the heavens, and allow yourself to draw the energy of spirit through your leaves and branches. Your crown chakra is at the very top of the skull, the very center. Its color is violet or white. Its purpose is understanding. Issues are transcendence, immanence, belief systems, higher power, divinity, union, and vision. Orientation is self-knowledge. The basic right is the right to know and to learn. Balance characteristics are the ability to perceive, analyze, and assimilate information. Intelligent, thoughtful, and aware. Open-minded and able to question. You have a sense of spiritual connection. Wisdom and mastery, broad understanding. Deficiencies, spiritual cynicism, learning difficulties, rigid belief systems, apathy, excess in the lower chakras, so if you have too much down below, materialism, greed, domination of others, excess if you're too much, intellectualization, spiritual addiction, confusion, and if you have dissociation from the body. Healing practices. Reestablish physical and emotional connections. That's if you have too much. If you're deficient, reestablish your spiritual connection. Spiritual discipline, meditation, developing an inner witness, and goal setting. Affirmations. Divinity resides within. I am open to new ideas and information. I need comes to me. The world is my teacher. I am guided by inner wisdom. Gently imagine for a moment those branches again reaching up to the heavens. You have your roots down below and you have your branches up high, and I want you to imagine yourself drawing the energy in through those branches. And now we're going to spiral the energy back down so your wheels of your chakras turn. They don't have to turn the same way, and they won't. Because this is your Kundalini energy, and it draws up in one way and it draws down and around the other to continue the wheels to spin. So start to draw that energy down through the crown. You're going to wrap around the third eye, allowing it to continue and complete the cycle of the wheel. And you're going to wrap it down through the throat, allowing it to slow down or speed up the wheel, depending on if you have access or if you're lacking. down through the throat to the heart. Allow the heart to be moving evenly, drawing the lower energies up and the upper energies down. Down through the yellow, your solar plexus, and the orange, and then finally through your root. And you can imagine from the root that it draws up from the earth again, that grounding energy. So you can continue to draw upwards from the grounding and draw downwards from the universal. Evenly flowing. Spend a few moments in this perfect flow. If you have any spaces that you feel are moving too fast, or maybe you're avoiding, spend time now to work with them. Basking in your connection to both earth and the heavens. As we very softly start to bring gentle awareness back into our bodies, take a nice deep breath. Gently start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And start to make your way over onto your right side. Thank your body for what it's done for you today. Thank your mind for releasing any expectations. And thank your spirit for being filled with love. So, like I mentioned before, we're going to be working on the chakras, balancing the movement and the energy flow through them. So take a moment and relax. Softly breathe slowly and deeply. If at any point you're sitting and you feel uncomfortable, please feel free to come to a lying position. Allow yourself to focus on the breath and quiet your mind.